Next guest gave us a bit of a look at what could happen in a case study. We can call it a case study in one of those large cap tech names. He wrote about Facebook's current cornering of the virtual reality market as regulators work about a decade behind on this antitrust front. It is the subject of his latest edition of the Platformer newsletter, available on Substack. Casey Newton joins us now. So, Casey, your thesis here is, well, regulators are focusing on these issues that are a decade old, like the acquisition of Instagram. You think they should be paying attention to what Facebook is doing right now, sweeping up all of these VR software companies. Tell us about that.
That's right. So if you look at what has happened just in the past couple of weeks, Facebook bought a company called Big Box Games, maker of Population 1, which some folks compare to the Fortnite of VR. It also bought a company this month called Unit 2 Games, which is a maker of a Roblox-like platform for creating and sharing games. So don't get me wrong, these are very small acquisitions, but Instagram was a small acquisition back in the day. And so the question I'm raising is, shouldn't we be paying a little bit more attention to what's happening in plain sight right now than maybe what happened with Instagram in 2012?
But look, there's so many different companies are playing in this VR space right now. You know, we just heard a lot from Snap about what they're doing with VR. They're building hardware. You have Apple building its own VR products. Could this really be a point of concern? Do they have enough scale in here in this VR space that they could end up actually controlling a lot of that market if the market does become more valuable than it is now? And it's still a relatively small market as well.
That's right. And I think that's the main reason that folks aren't paying a lot of attention to this right now. Right now, virtual reality looks like any other video game console. And in the video game industry, everyone who makes a console also spends a lot of time buying up game studios. But we've also seen Mark Zuckerberg spend a lot of time this year telling any interviewer who will ask that VR is going to be the way that we go about our workday, meet with our coworkers, right? Really spending a huge portion of our day in VR. And I think if you believe him, and if you believe that Facebook is generally good at what it does, then you should take him seriously and assume that they are going to succeed here.
Yeah, Casey, this is a really great example of what worries me about some of this regulatory reach into deals. Mark Zuckerberg has been trying to get VR to happen for years and years now and saying it's the next big thing. And he's been pouring money into it, which if you're a VR startup, you love. If you're a VC, you probably love, because that's a potential exit. That's a big company that's trying to make a market out of this. If you tell Facebook that they can't do this, it might actually hammer innovation and have the opposite effect, kind of the unintended consequence in this situation. It'd be different if VR were already a big space and Facebook were buying it all up, but Apple's playing in here, Microsoft's doing big AR deals with the military. It's not like Facebook is all alone.
That's true, John. I think that's a fair point. But at the same time, Facebook can also just hire people to build VR efforts on its own without acquiring other companies. And we know that they've already hired 10,000 people to work on Facebook Reality Labs, which is their hardware division. So acquisitions aren't the only way to succeed here. And look, I'm not necessarily saying that these acquisitions should be banned, but I also don't want to live in a world where there's only 5 giant companies and everybody else is just competing to see, you know, who can buy them. So again, I think it's time to raise some questions here.
Yeah, Casey, though, can regulators regulate based on where they think that Facebook might go? John brings up that innovation point, but they really don't have the tools to do so. And what would that mean for other companies, other industries?
I think that's a great point, and I think that's why passing a bill that bans all acquisitions by default is probably a bad idea. Acquisitions are part of the lifeblood of Silicon Valley. But we know that looking back, I think a lot of folks wish that the FTC had intervened to stop the acquisition of Instagram by Facebook, because in hindsight, it does seem anti-competitive, I think to some of us. And so I just think the question is, like, if VR is really successful, won't we look back on this year of acquisitions by Facebook and say, oh, it's just like what was happening in 2012, back when we thought, Instagram, how big is this thing really going to get? $1 billion? How could it ever be worth that much?